Good morning and welcome to the February edition of the GarethJohnstonGolf.com newsletter, and I want to show you a couple of bits of footage here with reference to sequence and how to move properly into the downswing and how to create some really good booming drives and some nice compressed iron shots. So I've got some footage here of Tommy Fleetwood, and I've just highlighted the shaft position with the driver at address, how it's coming out of the ground vertically at 90 degrees to the floor. I've also drawn a little reference from his left ankle up to around about hip height, and then his spine angle as well. So you can see he's tilted slightly away from the target. And as we move the club through the golf swing, what you'll note is he winds up behind the ball nicely. He makes an exceptionally large shoulder turn, turns way beyond the 90. Some great movements here. He's taught by Pete Cowan, who is obviously one of the most reputed coaches in the world. And he has some wonderful traits. Now, as he moves into his downswing, what you'll see here is the left knee start to move out towards the target, and that left knee now allows the weight to start to shift underneath the left foot, and his hips can now start to move correctly. If the left knee doesn't turn outwards, it is incredibly difficult to shift correctly, and you often see people then standing up in the golf shot, straightening the legs too quickly. There is actually a little squat move, as you can see here, and that left knee turning outwards just facilitates the hip movement. And what you can see here, just watch the belt buckle, and you'll note here how the belt buckle starts to now pop itself up so it moves up to look at the target, and on top of that you'll start to see now how his left hip is moving into that line. Look here at the shaft position through impact. There's no real loft added here. You'll see the face line, you'll see the angle on the shaft, you'll see the left wrist position. And look, you know, he is tilted well away from the target. But that's something he's done since he was a kid. That doesn't mean it's a fault. He hits it about 7-8 degrees in to out with his swing path. Hits it around about 295 through the air. And you can see here that you don't have to be perfectly aligned with the upper body to get the lower half working correctly, and you can see through impact he's really tidy. Look how he posts up that left side, wonderful extension, wonderful width through impact, and how he maintains that pelvis position, moves it out in front of the golf ball and keeps it there through impact. And really something you can get from this is the nice lateral movement in the left knee, getting the left knee to turn out towards the target. You couple that in with a little bit of a weight shift, so the pelvis, the belt buckle moves out in front of the golf ball, and that will really help you get into your left side through the ball, and you then don't have to necessarily get the spine on top of it so much. Now, obviously, if you start getting some exceptional right to left curvature or a lot of very wayward drives, you'd have to bring that upper body along for the ride, but really it's not essential, as you can see. Now, something with an iron that's really crucial is that you keep that upper body a little bit more stable. It keeps you more on top of the golf ball. But here, if you look at McIlroy on the right hand side, there's that knee movement, moves the belt buckle way out in front of the ball very early. He's got his left hip over his left ankle, and he's turned the belt buckle out towards the target really early on in the downswing. Now you can see here that through the golf swing itself, he has kept his column way on top of that golf ball. So if we just look at the hat here, his left eye in relation to that golf ball is very much on top of it throughout the swing. So in essence, the iron swing is a lot more stable, a lot more subtle, not so explosive, but the traits are still there. The belt buckle still moves out in front of the ball, the left knee still goes to initiate the downswing turn. Still see here the pelvis turns towards the target. And once again, just look at how the left wrist is nice and flat through impact. And there's that lovely wrist position, which actually is identical to that of a driver. So understanding how the left wrist moves throughout the swing will then help you understand how to maintain loft on the club head or keep that wrist and face angle nice and stable. And then really you can just start to work on improving that dynamic launch with a driver, and you will get some lovely drives with very little spin on it. Excellent stuff. Good luck this season, And if you have any further questions, please feel free to email me at gareth@garethjohnstongolf.com, Play well.